Government jobs can be hard to get for a lot of different reasons, but some government jobs are harder than others. Look at the grizzly bear conflict manager. This is a real job announcement in the Department of Interior. You need to have a lot of bear conflict prevention techniques. If you haven't been around bears recently, this could eliminate you. This eliminates a lot of people, but I'm not just talking about bears. I'm talking about jobs that have lengthy background checks. Usually top secret, secret clearance type jobs. These type of jobs, they turn a lot of people off immediately. Main reason why is they're invasive. They're going to be checking criminal history, drugs, finance, foreign connections. They could interview some of your family members. This could involve a polygraph test. You have the counterintelligence polygraph test. You have lifestyle, or it could be a combination, a full scope polygraph test. Not just that, but it will add significant time to the overall hiring process. Average federal government job, 4 to 6 months. That's how long it takes. You add in top secret, you add in polygraph, all these additional requirements, you are going to add months to the overall hiring process. So it's no longer 4 to 6, it could be 8, it could be up to 12. In some cases, the process goes over 12 months. So people don't want to have to deal with that. Another thing is these jobs, they cannot be done in the comfort of their home. More often than not, you have to be in a SCIF. You have to be in a secure environment because that's where you're accessing the classified documents. You can't do that on your couch. So that's another consideration. All right, so let's take a look at the agencies that have the most jobs with the requirement of having a top secret clearance. Number one is the Department of Defense with hundreds of jobs. And if you loop in the Department of Air Force, the Department of Army, Department of Navy, if you take all their sub-agencies, we're talking about over 600 jobs that require a top secret clearance. And these are not just all over the country, they're all over the world. And they usually attract veterans. Around 46% of employees in the Department of Defense served in the military. So if you're not a veteran, if you've never been in the military, this is another layer of difficulty that you will encounter as you're trying to get a job in DoD. Next, we have the Department of Justice with 58 jobs. Here we have a lot of the alphabet agencies. We have the FBI, the DEA, the ATF, the Marshals. So when you're looking within this agency, you will see a lot of jobs in the 1811 series. This is criminal investigator. This is special agent. In these jobs, you will have an age limit. Usually it's 37. Sometimes if you're a veteran with a waiver, it could be 40 years old. But they have a mandatory retirement age if you want to get into something like this. Next, we have the Department of State with 44 jobs. This is an agency that's worldwide. It's just like the DoD in that respect. You could work in Spain, you could work in Italy, a lot of different countries. Maybe an embassy, a foreign service officer. There are jobs in IT, administration. You could be an office director, analyst positions. They're all available here. And here's another thing. To apply to these jobs, you do not need to have a clearance currently. You just need to have the experience. The experience to be found eligible and qualified for the job. Once you get in and receive that job offer, it is on the agency to coordinate everything, to process everything. You're going to have to fill out the SF-86, but after that's complete, to assign the investigator, to assign the adjudicator, to pay the cost, that is on the agency. Some people feel like they need to have the clearance before they apply to the job. And most of the time, that's not the case. You don't have to pay anything. You don't already have to come out with the clearance. Just meet the specialized experience area in the job announcement and apply. All right, so now let's look at the job series that have the most top secret requirements. Number one is IT specialist in the 2210 job series with over 100 jobs that require a top secret clearance. IT specialist can mean a dozen different things, but here recently, if you look at the job announcement title, they put the specialty in there. So you will see InfoSec, or you will see help desk, or enterprise management, or something like that. So that will lead you to the type of specialty that you need to have underneath IT specialists. So, you could be cybersecurity. If you're cybersecurity, maybe you don't want to apply to a help desk position, right? That makes a lot of sense. The majority of these 2210s happen to be in the Department of Defense. Number two is security administration in the 0080 job series with 49 jobs that require a top secret clearance. These jobs are usually physical security specialist or personnel security specialist. And the difference is, physical security is doing the safety inspections on site, insider threat training, security compliance review, SOP updates. And when you're talking about personal security, You're more concerned with maintaining a clearance access roster list, so as people are coming and going, you can adjudicate if they're the right individuals to be inside of that secure environment. Maybe reviewing security clearances, doing security violation investigations, things like that. These jobs often appeal to the military community, the veteran community, and previous law enforcement officers. Number 3 is the criminal investigator in the 1811 job series, with dozens of jobs that require a top secret clearance. We talked about this one in the Department of Justice. This will have a lot of criminal investigators, a lot of special agents, and besides the clearance requirement, you also have an academy requirement. I was talking to a guy the other day who was in the ATF, the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearm Agency. There was a 7 or 8 month academy attached to that position. While he's in the academy, he's seeing people to his left and right. They're dropping out for a lot of different reasons. Some of them were homesick, some of them had violations, so a lot of attrition was happening during the academy. That's another thing that you have to keep in mind if you want to enter into a special agent type of role. Next, let's shift focus to high turnover. Maybe you can get the job, but can you keep it? This is one of the reasons why we have retention bonuses. So the first one is the 1102 job series. With this one, oftentimes you have great promotional ladders built in. But the problem is you're dealing with impatient customers, burnout. Oftentimes people are finding this unrewarding. And then you have CORs, contract office representatives. If they're your problem child, you're going to have a hard time at work. And we often envision, hey, this is a GS-13 or this is a professional individual, 20 years of experience, and you think they're going to work with you. Not everyone's going to be delighted to work with you. And maybe it has nothing to do with you. Maybe they're just a poor performer, or they got things going on in their life and it's impacting their performance. So it's harder to get things done when you require multiple people in offices to collaborate with you. Next, we have the 0201 job series. This one's human resources. And a lot of people that I speak with, they oftentimes tell me that they wouldn't mind having an HR role. They want to get into human resources. And I think they envision an environment where it's low stress or sitting in an office, maybe in front of a computer, sipping on their coffee or tea, and they're just enjoying life. But that's not how HR really works in the government. Oftentimes, they're on a hamster wheel. They're dealing with a lot of regulations, a lot of complaints, and it's never enough. So even though you're putting in your 8-9 hours or whatever it is, you feel like you're never going to catch up. That's the type of environment they have. Oftentimes they switch. They stay in 02 for a while, 3-4 years, and they're like, okay, let me look at something else. Something else a little bit less stressful. Then you have pretty much any job in the Bureau of Prisons. 2 more things I want to touch on. Number 1 is a lot of people want to work for NASA. NASA's rated number 1. It's been ranked number 1 for several years, 4 or 5 years consecutively. It's a great place to work. A lot of people want to work with it. It's kind of associated with a prestigious environment. It can be difficult to get in. There's a lot of competition. Where you have a lot of competition, it's going to lower the probability of success for you to enter. Not saying that you can't do it, it's just going to be hard. Same thing with 100% remote work. A lot of people want to work from home. They want to work on their couch, at the dining room table, and not have to deal with the commute. No one really likes to commute. Maybe 5% or less of people actually want to drive into the office. And these people, they want to go because they're either the supervisor or they want to socialize. But I would say 95% of the people, at least the ones that I speak to, they do not want to be on the road. They do not want to be doing the commute. So if you are applying for a 100% remote work, keep doing it, but pay special attention to the resume. That is going to be the key that unlocks that opportunity for you. And absolutely keep applying. If you are interested in a federal government job, you should know every step of that process, from when you apply, get referred, get the interview, negotiate your salary, and accept the final job offer. When you show up on your first day, what is expected at that point? If you want to know more about the federal hiring process, then I want you to watch this video next. If you would like to see more videos like this, please click like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.